Hey everyone, welcome back to Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. I am Dylan Loga here with Sam and Max Loga. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, and we have made it all the way to episode 52. This week's title, The Best College Brand in All the Land. And what does that mean, Max?
That means we're going to talk about which school is the best brand for college sports in all of the land. We're
Yeah,
going to debate about what we think, what our schools are, and maybe have some different opinions to get a good, solid debate on.
yeah, absolutely. That's 100% right. We're also going to do what, Sam?
Probably a little roundtable talk and then a Serenity Now, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. What are we missing? Picks. We will not be doing picks today because, in fact, the three of us put our heads together, the engineer, the teacher, and the lawyer, and we have made the ultimate decision to do a second episode each week strictly for making picks. So we will commit our second episode that will be released Friday mornings to college and NFL picks. We'll continue to do our celebrity guest pickers. We might have one person do both college and NFL. We might have two people on, one do NFL, one do college. That's TBD. But we're going to continue on and make our picks in a separate episode. So this morning, when you're listening in your commute to work, you're going to hear us talk about a certain little bit and no picks. So just be aware of that. With that, though, I think it's ready to get going with episode 52, the best college brand in all the land.
I love Coldplay.
Can you
Shout
just
out.
do a whole episode of Coldplay songs, please?
I know we did a Super Bowl thing, and I did say Coldplay was my favorite halftime. So,
We'll call that the Paglia episode. Just straight.
yeah, shout out to Christina. Sorry.
It's a good song though. Yeah. Yellow's a good song. It's slower, but it's good. All right. Aside from Coldplay, let's give another shout out to some GHLs that are listening each week. Each week, they're usually either shooting me a text or popping in to make a comment or something along those lines. But this week we shout out to Kalo and A Fizzle, Kevin Logan, Alex Phillips. Thanks for being GHLs. Remember, if you comment on YouTube, you may potentially have a chance at winning an LTS prize. More likely than not, prepared for and created by Daydream Designs. All right, let's get into some roundtable topics. Max, what you got?
Um, I'm gonna go college football route, but it's not what you're thinking I'm gonna say. The Iowa offensive coordinator, his name is I have it right here. What is that guy's name? His name is Brian Ferretz, and Brian Ferretz has a strict contract this year. Sam, do you know anything about this?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah. Well, he better average 25 points a game, and if he doesn't average 25 points a game, he misses out on a big chunk of change. And he needs 7 wins this year. It can include a bowl game, but he's got to get to 7 wins. And I don't know if it's going to happen.
That's a lot of points and a lot of wins.
Well, the thing is, when you're only scoring 10 a game last year, it's tough. So
That's a jump,
Yeah,
though. That's like
he's 0 for 2. He got 24 the first week and he got 23 last week, maybe, or only 20.
he's already behind the 8 ball. So they better figure
he
it out.
needs like a 40-point game.
Yep.
And that's the thing. They only have one more out of conference game against who I do not know off the top of my head. But then they enter the Big Ten, and it's gonna be tough to find effective points. So shout out to Cade McNamara. You better figure it out for your coach.
Yeah, we watched some of that Iowa game this past weekend. Cade looks like Cade. Good luck to Iowa. Any other thoughts, Sam and or Max, about the college football from this weekend? Texas with a huge win over Alabama on the road. That was crazy. Oregon big comeback late. Wisconsin went on the road to Washington State and lost. Those are some of the major headlines. Anything else you guys took from the weekend?
I'm 2-0 on my super dog picks. That's kind of sweet. I mean, I didn't get a win this week. I should have gotten a win. App State kind of choked it off at the end, but
You shouldn't have got a win, but then you should have got a win. I mean, it's because North Carolina kicker blew it, right?
yeah, he blew it twice essentially.
Yeah.
But hey, need some luck.
He helped. Sam, any thoughts early on college football so far?
No, I haven't been able to catch a single college football game yet.
Why not? Where were you?
I was gone for Saturday to Saturday, so I missed all the games. I got the updates though, so I saw ESPN roll through with all those updates. But looking forward to watching my first college football game this weekend.
You watch
So,
any sports while in Italy?
I did not. The time change was a bit ruthless for that regard. I mean, the Lions were on at 2 a.m. I rolled over and checked my watch and saw they won 21-20, and then I went back to sleep.
Love that. Nice. So, all right. How was Italy generally?
Yeah, fantastic.
Would
Yeah,
you
10 out
recommend
of
it?
10. Yeah, I would. I don't know if I'd recommend going to 5 or 6 locations in a week, but I would recommend going.
What was your favorite place?
I knew you were gonna ask that. And I don't know if I can truly say I have a favorite. I had a more surprising place, which would have been Naples or
Wow, it's
Napoli.
surprising.
It was just a very bad start to it, and it really redeemed itself. It was an interesting place. It
I'm
was
gonna go.
it was a city, like a city. And I don't think there's anything else like it in Italy.
Nice.
Favorite food. Sorry, last question.
I got a steak and grilled tomatoes. And sorry, Dad, but they were the greatest grilled tomatoes I've ever had in my life. I will be talking with you over Christmas break and trying to get you to replicate those.
Wow, look at that.
Nice. Not last question regarding Italy. Did Bodie find a soulmate while overseas?
So many dogs. Yes, he loved it. I don't think he wanted to come home. He was happy there.
Did he do the dog noodle thing?
The what thing?
The
You know,
Lady
like
and the
with the
Tramp, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we didn't do that. We should have. He did get to try some. They were so pet friendly. He got like one of the owners of the restaurant brought him like ham. So he got like ham, like straight sliced from the thing brought to
Cool.
him.
Wow.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
no,
How was the
that's
weather?
fantastic. Fantastic weather, 90 degrees every day. This will be the most interesting. We walked 156,000 steps in 7 days.
Holy shit.
Whole lot. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
more
hurting?
impressive thing was we did almost 250 plus flights of stairs.
Wow. Damn.
There was
What was-
one day we did 90.
Oh my gosh.
That's
What
a
was
lot.
the coolest sight you saw? I know you were sending
Uh,
us pictures, but what was the coolest one you've seen or saw?
The Colosseum was impressive on its own right, but the view on the Amalfi Coast that we found was stunning. That
Wow.
was impressive. Yeah.
I did get the picture of the Hilly Duff water fountain. That was pretty cool. I screenshot that one. I think that was the only screenshot I took. Oh, neat.
Yes, the Hillary Duff water pack. We killed it. We like showed up and it was busy, but we kind of went off to the left and skirted our way down right in front. And we literally have a picture of Hannah and I sitting on the edge of it, and there's nobody else in the picture. It
Wow,
looks like
sweet.
it literally looks like we photoshopped ourselves into a empty Trevi fountain photo, and we did not. We just got that lucky.
Did you throw a coin in it?
A euro?
Yes.
Yeah, that's sweet.
No, American.
Threw American in?
Yeah, we threw American
On
in.
them. Flex on it. I like that.
Uh,
Keep any euros?
We ended up with a couple coins, basically, but we spent all the rest of our money. So
All right, that's sweet. What was did you get anything cool while you were there? Like a gift or anything like that?
chocolate and then just a fit, like white pants and collared shirt. Yeah. Just swagged
White
out.
pants.
the Italian look. You know, it's after Labor Day over here.
Yeah, so you can't wear that until next Memorial Day. Tough.
I wore it before, you know.
Like that. All right, Max. Any more Italy questions? We originally planned on just bombarding you with straight up Italy, like making this an Italy question Sam episode, but then Sam said maybe we shouldn't do that.
I will say the biggest bust was the Vatican.
Really?
Yeah, but we couldn't go in any churches with Bodhi. But we did. So we were walking up to the Vatican, in the big church and everything. And as we were walking up, I actually got to witness firsthand somebody attempt pickpocketing right outside the Vatican. He literally just like walked up behind a dude, put his hand right in his back pocket, opened it, nothing was in there. He just kept walking. I was like,
Whoa.
wow. And literally from that point on, like Hannah and I both had our like hands on our phones and everything. But
It's good to know. I'm a back pocket phone kind of guy, so
you would have lost your phone 100%. You would have had it. But the Vatican was literally I don't know if we just missed it or whatever, but it's a walled city and you can't go in. They got funny looking guards, big machine guns. You literally can't go in the Vatican, apparently.
Probably unless he's having mass or something.
Yeah, that what from what we could understand, it was like 2 churches that you could go in, and that's it.
Very cool. All right. Well, Sam Goes Italy. If you want more updates, I believe Bodie has a YouTube page. Hit that up and see, I think, more from Bodie's perspective. What do you guys do? Slap a camera onto the top of his head so you can get it literally from his perspective? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a little bit of Bodie, a little bit of us.
Nice. So Sam's butt, and his ankles. All right. I like that. Moving on to the round table topics here. So pretty big one. Sam, have you heard what happened at Michigan State?
Yeah, of course. What app isn't showing that information? But I also don't know. I've seen that he's been fired, but I've also seen that he's still not fired. So
Yeah, so Melvin Tucker, his full name is Melvin. He won't be chopping wood for a little bit. He's on suspension. His hearing is during their bye week in October. I read the full USA Today article to get myself a little bit more knowledgeable on the situation. Basically based on a call to an activist who essentially she was gang raped back when she was 24, something along those lines, by 4 football players. So she's like now as a guest speaker around the country, speaking how to, be better. She has a saying, I don't know it off the top of my head, but to be better and like make a stand against that. And so she met Mel Tucker back in like 2021. I want to say it could have been 2020, and they were just friends. And then 2022, Tucker and her had a phone call. It lasted, I think it was like 33 minutes, and basically they had phone sex, but I think it was just him really partaking in the phone sex. So he jerked his meat live action and he's admitted to it. So that's essentially what this is kind of surrounding. Michigan State, I think most of the higher ups knew about it for the most part. However, they made a decision they did a full blown investigation. Now they're doing a hearing coming up in October. But unfortunately, as soon as USA Today came out with this article, they made the initial movement to suspend him, which makes you think, well, why'd you wait so long? And now he's suspended until his hearing in October. And if he gets fired, he gets none of his money. If he gets fired for cause, he gets none of his money. But if he just gets dumped without anything doing wrong, he still keeps his contract.
interesting.
Which I don't think that's ever going to happen because obviously they're going to fire him to stem off of this. Like, so obviously he's not going to get any of his money, so he's going to be gone. The real messed up part in my eyes is Michigan State higher ups or whoever knew about this sweeping it under the rug, which is the same thing they did with the Larry Nance dude from the gymnast. So Michigan State needs to figure it out in their life.
Yeah.
Not even athletically, just as a school in general, sweeping that stuff under the rug is not cool. It's got to be
Yeah, no, it's bad. Yeah.
bad.
I mean, so I sent a couple texts to a couple of my closer Michigan State friends. One of them didn't respond. One of them did. But I just think generally I feel bad for some of the Michigan State fans, right? Like, I just don't think Mel Tucker's that great of a guy, and I don't think he should be there. And they definitely overpaid him. But hopefully they figure it out, and hopefully they get someone in there, and I don't know, they get this resolved. But yeah, ugly situation in East Lansing for sure. Any final thoughts from Sam or Max on that?
I just, in my eyes, I want to get fired for that. That's messed up. So
Yeah, I hope he gets fired and he gets no money for sure. He'll file a lawsuit and it'll all be ongoing for multiple years. You know that.
yeah, of course.
Sam, did you hear what happened at the U.S. Open during the semifinal match?
No.
It's another odd one. So this, what is it, Max? Do you know?
Yeah. So it was during the women's semifinals. Coco Gauff playing. I don't know who she was playing, but it was in one of their early sets, and climate activists started like chanting and being absurd. And there was 3 of them. 2 of them got up and walked away when security came down and talked to him. So that's not a big deal. But the third super glued his bare feet to the concourse of the stadium. So they couldn't get him up because his feet were super glued. So they had to bring in the New York police and they did something. They got him up finally, but it was like an hour and a half delay to try to get this dude out of there.
My gosh, I can't believe they delayed the game for it too.
It was like over an hour, close to an hour, yeah, hour and a half, whatever it was, yeah.
That was so, and it was on when it was Coco was playing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow, she still pulled it out though. Love that.
Yep. Shout out to Coco and my boy Novak for winning the U.S. Open. So that was cool. Sam, do you have anything? Roundtable.
One thing. Christian Pulisic is currently killing it in the Italian league. And I know this because I talked with a owner of a winery about Christian Pulisic.
That's funny. Like
So
that.
that was fantastic. That was a fantastic time and conversation. So shout out to Christian. Keep it up. And yeah, English Premier League still carrying on right now as well. But that's all I got really.
Sam, who does Pulisic play for? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's his team, Inter, I believe.
Inter. Okay. All right.
I believe.
That's sweet. Wow, nice. All right. I think we'll hold off on NFL discussions. Shout out to the Lions. Hell of a win. That was awesome. Some wild stuff like major upsets.
AC. Sorry, AC Milan.
AC Milan. Okay.
Crazy upsets in the NFL. We'll kind of talk more about that during the pick episode, just while we make our picks. But some things we did not expect in the NFL. We said it last week. It's probably the hardest thing to bet on week 1. I ignored it. Bet pretty hard and vigorously.
Just real quick. I love that we hyped up, not we, but our guest picker hyped up Joey B, and it was a fantastic weekend to watch that just burn to the ground.
Oh, that was ugly. Yeah. At least Lions won. We'll leave that there and we'll move on. We'll talk more NFL this soon to come. Max, do you have anything else? I have 2 more.
No, that'll do it for me. We've hit on all my topics. So
Right on, perfect. Quick shout out to Germany for winning basketball. The U.S. basketball that should have won tournament. Germany went ahead and stole it. Yeah, quality stuff there from USA basketball. So now they're all coming out and saying they're going to play in the Olympics. Day late and a dollar short, boys. And then my last one. So we're recording this on Monday, September 11th. Today, of course, is 9/11. So never forget when the Twin Towers were destroyed, essentially. But DraftKings, did you guys see this? Came out with a 9/11 parlay, quality stuff there, and they got absolutely bashed on Twitter, so they took it down pretty quickly.
I did see the update, but I didn't read into it. But I did see that.
What was it? It was the Mets, the Giants,
Mets, and Jets. Yep.
Yes, Jets. Yeah.
Quality stuff there.
Yeah, quality stuff. All right, that's all. It's a really good roundtable. There's a lot of stuff going on for sports right now. It's really good times. We didn't even mention any baseball, but baseball's heading towards the finish line here, so that'll be exciting. We'll touch on that more next week. And the last thing, Sam, make sure you let us know when you're going to paint those nails, those pretty nails, and I'll let you know what color. All right.
How about you let me know what color? Maybe I'll do it for our pick show.
Okay, pink.
There it is. All right, pick show. Make sure you guys tune in.
All right, good deal. All right, with that, let's move on to Serenity Now. Serenity Now sponsored by Stadium Designs. Pay $10, hop on, be our celebrity Serenity Now speaker, and receive an LTS shirt of your choice. Designed by Stadium Designs. This week, we have our teacher, Max Loga. Let's hear it.
All right, so my Serenity Now goes with the Lions and the Chiefs game from this past Thursday. Shout out to the reffing crew and Juwan Taylor for probably having the most in sync cheating ability ever. If you didn't watch the game, Juwan Taylor is the right tackle for the Chiefs, and he started each play a yard behind the line of scrimmage and multiple times had false starts on a lot of accounts. In regard, he is going up against one of the best edge rushers, Aiden Hutchinson, but still, throughout the weekend, Dylan and I heard multiple times of commentators reaching back and saying, well, at least he's not like Juwan Taylor for the Chiefs cheating on that play. So Serenity freaking Now, I already tried to Google the reffing crew and nothing. I couldn't find the linesman. So I only found Juwan Taylor, but Serenity freaking Now, Juwan Taylor, you're a cheater and you shouldn't be in the NFL anymore.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Is it cheating if you don't get caught?
I was just gonna say if you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? That's the same.
I mean, yeah, there is probably cheating on every play technically, but for him to do it, for as blatant as it was that bad.
It was bad. I mean, so I know you didn't watch, but he's like rocking back, and Max started watching the game with me, and he's like, "That's a false start." Like multiple times, like that's false start, and like sometimes you just see it, and then it became like blatantly a false start. Mike Trico, the announcer's like, "I'm not really sure what's going on." They even called like the rules expert for NBC. He's like, "Yeah, that's definitely a penalty, and yeah, that should be whistled."
I saw a bunch of stuff on Twitter, and I was like, oh, it's just Lions fans saying crap, right? But then I saw some pictures attached to them, and I was like, oh wow, like that's super obvious. Like that's not even.
Yeah, it was wild. I don't know. And then, kind of like Max said, other announcers mentioned it throughout the weekend, college and NFL. And what's his name, Max, the tackle?
Jawan Taylor.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to get away with that the rest of the year. I'll guarantee that. So I'm glad he
You'd
got
hope
some
not.
fun in. What's that?
You'd hope not, at least.
Yeah.
But they let it go for an entire game, which is weird. I wonder if NFL's make a statement on that. Like, what's up with that wrecking crew? That's interesting.
True. That's true. They probably will this week after tonight's game. So once the Monday night game, they probably come out with a statement. They finally called one at the very end. I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Only one. Yeah. All right. Good stuff, Max. That was a good one. All right, let's move on to the main entree of this evening's today's podcast, episode 52, the best college brand in all the land. Let's figure out who the best sports program is. General sports, all the sports in which country or which college throughout America. I don't know. First, let's kind of like discuss like what the ingredients are that makes a good sports program, just generally. What would you say, Sam?
Best sports program, I would say the facilities.
Ooh,
I think
I
that's
did
an underrated thing that a lot of people overlook, but the facilities are rather an important part of it.
That's a good one. All right, I like that. Max, what would you say?
I would say in my notes I put fan base as my one that I looked at was fan base.
That's
So
another good one. I didn't have that. I went purely kind of like, are you good? And then do you have the main sports you need to be good at? So in my mind, you have to have a pretty good football team. You have to have a pretty good basketball team. I'd like to think you have to have probably a pretty good hockey team even too. And you have to have some sort of spring team that's relevant of sorts. And that's what in my mind what makes a good sports program.
So what's
But
spring sports relevant for you? Don't you talking lacrosse or
yeah, it could be 100%, right? So like Duke lacrosse is very good, but and so they have they have a very good basketball, right? But I don't. So football got to win. So they're close. No hockey for me, so that's a tough. But lacrosse, yeah, softball and baseball, right? You got some powerhouses.
yeah.
Probably not track. Like I fall off maybe a little there, but
Cross country?
maybe. Is that the spring or is it fall?
I have no idea.
it falls in the both.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's get the ball rolling. So give me a college that you thought is top tier. Maybe not number one. If you want to say it's number one, or just top, whatever. What you got?
I'll go first. Just top tier. I'm not gonna say it's like the best. And I'm also gonna try to work in some other levels of colleges here, not just D1, because I feel like D3 is an avid location to look at a university for athletics. But to kick it off, I'm just gonna say Oregon. I mentioned facilities, so I'm gonna say Oregon is a top tier college.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good answer. I mean, first thing that I think about Oregon is all their uniforms for football, and then Nike being out there. So yeah, that's a very good answer. They have really good stuff going on.
Honestly, if you're like a 17 and 18-year-old, they're getting recruited and they said you could have any Nike shoe you ever want in your life, it'd probably sweeten the deal pretty quick, So
Yep. Nope, that's a good answer. I do not have it on my board, but I like it a lot. I'll go right now because I put these through three schools together. I think probably one's a little higher than the other two, but I put three Pac-12 teams out there. Well, they're probably not going to be in the Pac-12. Well, they're not going to be in the Pac-12 soon. Stanford, UCLA, and USC. Stanford's always number one when it comes to that College Cup. They finish number one because they have all those or spring sports, but everything they can do everything outside. And then UCLA and USC are very I would say usually competitive in like basketball and football, and they're both their baseball programs. So those three are up there for me. Max, did you have anything?
So I kind of went along the same lines as you, Dylan. I did the top five for me, and these are in the top five, but they're not my top two. I have UCLA, Florida, and then Stanford. I did the same thing. I did a little research before that. The University of Florida, it's not there yet, but is building, I think it said like a $1 billion new renovation to their football stadium, something absurd. So it's going to be there as a facility for Sam, and they're jump man for everything, which I love a good jump man gear. And Florida is a great place to be. So Florida is my third, sitting outside the top two. And then, like Dylan said, Stanford, I did look at the college cup thing, and they always win that. So
Yep, they really do. No, those are good answers. Florida's on my board as well. I put Florida/Florida State. I think Florida's higher than Florida State, but I think Florida State's up there. They're always very competitive in most of their sports. So yeah, Sam, give me another one.
So I Googled like best college for sports, and this is an interesting one that I thought it has the number 2 one as Louisiana State University. It gives them an A+ for their athletics. And the most important part of it for a lot of people, an A+ party scene.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good point. The party scene.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. Damn, that's a very good point. I mean, the women's team just won. Football just won. I think baseball just won. Maybe not too long. Yeah,
they literally just won. Yeah,
they just won.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, LSU's a really good answer.
I mean, it's an underrated school that I think a lot of people overlook, but they're actually, they're competitive. They're like number 36 out of 454 for best sports science majors, which is a lot of athletic kids go into sports science.
That's cool. So I don't have this team on my board, but I say it should be probably top 10-ish. Is Arizona State. You said party school, and they just recently, developing their hockey program. Usually have not a dog trash. Football team might be it might be dog trash this year. Basketball's usually okay. James Harden went there. Yeah, I think Arizona State has a chance to be up there. Max, give me another one.
So I'm just working my way down the board. This may sound wild, but I have Michigan at number 2 for sole reason of they got their top sports, basketball, football, hockey. They're 3 like go-getters, and the women's sports are just as good. But I think personally, I like somewhere warm, so that played a factor into my drafting of the board. And Michigan, you can only really enjoy it in the fall and late spring as a student. So that fell into number 2. So
fair. I like how we all kind of approach this differently. I was almost looking from a fan's perspective, not even necessarily a student. Max and I think even used to as well, Sam, more so student wise. I appreciate that. 2 that I have my board are Ohio State/Penn State. So they both have hockey programs. Ohio State's, I mean, they're very good. They win a lot of different weird things. Penn State is very competitive in most things. I think they're both up there. I think they're also very big schools with a lot of fun things to do. Yeah. I mean, football alone, like, look, if you're a fan of that, they have beaten Michigan 10 years in a row, so it's hard to not put them up there just for that alone. And with that, I'm going to do another one that's maybe not thought of that much. So neither of you are going to have this school. I like this school. This is a sneaky pick for me. It's like a top 4 pick. It's not going to be on any boards anywhere. Boston College. I really like their program. They are competitive usually in basketball. They're competitive in football for the most part. Doug Flutie and all that good stuff. And randomly they have an okay baseball team once in a while. I don't know about women's sports. It might be tough sledding over in that end of it, but kind of like Boston College. Sam?
Yeah, I would not have thought of Boston College, but I will normally pick them if I see them in the NCAA tournament. So that's one to think about. One like I'm gonna go to a D3 school just in our region that I know has great facilities, great actual soccer, athletic teams, and that's gonna be a Kalamazoo College. It's actually a fantastic university. Great facilities, fantastic soccer field, great athletic program, and cranking out students left and right.
Nice. Do they have to live in Kalamazoo though?
Yeah, you do. Well, I guess you could drive if you wanted to commute. That's a thing.
All right, I'm with it. It's a good thought. They are very good. You played soccer, they were really good back then, I'm assuming.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. All right. Kalamazoo College. Do you have another one, Sam?
I'll go back up. I mean, I gotta give a shout out to my university, right, Max? You gotta do yours at some point. Dylan, is SVSU on your board at all?
No.
No? Oh wow. I would say Trine University. If you are not good enough for D1, not quite good enough for D2, but you still love the sport and you want a great education, check out Trine University. That's my plug. You're welcome, Trine. No donation this year. I'll give that plug. But from a D1 standpoint, I want to go to the school that started this whole conversation down, University of Connecticut. You said that you don't think that they were actually like the number. I think they are. Fantastic location. Can you beat that? Like where they're at? Fantastic basketball team. Always root for UConn. Can never not. Like Kemba, come on. That's always go for them. And then I mean, I don't really know about their football situation, but
Dog shit, but it's getting better. UConn's on my
Yeah.
board as well. The women's basketball is dominant as could be. I think that's why they're so high. They were on the list I looked at as well. Darren Orlovsky went to UConn for football. 0-16 Lions running out of the back of the end zone. Good looking guy. Looks like Dan Lachey on Nick Get Up on ESPN and stuff like that. Yeah, I like UConn. It's a good pick. I think they have a hockey program, correct me if I'm wrong, Max.
They do.
And they have actually a pretty solid baseball program too. So it's a very good pick, Sam. I'm with it. Max, give us your number one team or number one school.
All right, so my number one school, as much as I didn't really like them this past weekend, Texas. I think the University of Texas is a sleeper. Texas itself as a city, as a state, it's a great place. Never been, but I wish I could. Austin, the girls look amazing. Horns down, Dylan insane, but horns up for this case. They just added, no, they just didn't add. I Googled which athletics make the most money, and they're number 2. They average 10 million in revenue a year just from their athletic standpoint, only behind Ohio State by like a couple mil. So that's very impressive. And they just upgraded their facilities. It's like a 40 million towards indoor practice facility for all sports. So, Sam got me going on the athletic part there, but I'm going to University of Texas as my number one.
Yeah, you gotta love that gotta love that location too. Austin, Texas, is currently a boom city, right? It's gonna be a massive, massive city here in the future. Jobs secured, guaranteed. That location is gonna be A1. So I love that pick, Max, as a number one. Texas, yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
I like that. Not the number one, but it's a good pick for you.
Let's hear it then, Dylan.
Michigan, no doubt about it. What was it last year, the year before, when they won like 18 to 20 men's sports, anyways, 18 to 20 like Big Ten like championships? Come on. Yeah, they don't have the natties, I guess, per se, but they're coming. They'll get them, and they'll be soon number one in all the land again. Sam, what do you have? Do you have a number one?
I don't have a number one. I'm trying to figure out. So on the research I did, I'm trying to find Michigan and just to see where they located them, and they are not in the top 25.
I found them in a couple lists. One list I saw them at like 19. Another list I saw them at 27. So yeah, no,
There it is, 29 for Michigan. I would say from a personal standpoint and like looking at the list and seeing all the different perspectives and stuff, one that we kind of overlooked, but I personally love their uniforms and their design style, just a step below Oregon, would be the University of Maryland.
Ooh,
They
yeah.
kill it in that regard on like a low key standpoint. Plus, again, location, it's a little cooler, but you're right there near Canada. So you can go up there and drink if you're not quite 21 yet. So
So yeah, Maryland was up high on the list, so I have read as well. But I've actually been to that campus, and I'll tell you right now, you don't want to go to that campus. Stuff I'm not sure what it is because I don't know what they're good at. But yeah, okay, Maryland, I guess.
Purely from a design standpoint for me, that's what I'm basing it on. Let's be real. If I show up to a school and they show a dope uniform in front of me, I'm like, I'll go there. That's it. I'm in.
No, so I think what this boils down to, right, is that there's so many schools. Like 3 we didn't hit on was Oklahoma, Alabama, and Notre Dame. I think like those 3 as well are all up there. I think Texas and/or Michigan and/or Oregon and/or Florida, like there's a lot of different answers here. I think that's pretty good.
Notre Dame's a tough sell though. When you start to think about, it's a little strict, a little Catholic.
Yep.
BYU is the same way, right? You got to follow certain rules. Otherwise, I think the campus is probably gorgeous and the location is fantastic, and their sports teams are decent.
The fact you just said location, Sam, I did Google that earlier today. The top 30 best college towns. Ann Arbor's number 2. So that's good. That's good to know. Ann Arbor is number 2. What do you think number 1 is, though?
I would randomly guess Boulder.
What'd you say?
Sam.
Dylan said Boulder, and I said App State.
Oh, Boulder. How'd you know that, Dylan?
I don't know if I saw it, but I might have seen it somewhere. I just think that's a really, really, really nice place. Like way nice. I mean, we looked at the stadium this weekend, right?
It is Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
people love the outdoor places. Let's be real. A
Weed,
campus that's built
fun.
into a town.
Yep. Like a mountain town too.
Yes, that's you should look up the App State one. It's
Oh, it's
gorgeous.
super nice. I've seen pictures of the baseball field. It's crazy beautiful. Yeah. All right. Before we get out of here, this has been a great we've done actually a lot of good talking. Episode 52, the best college brand in all the land. I'm gonna do rapid fire. I'm gonna name a bunch of colleges, and you guys are gonna tell me what your first thought is when you hear this college, all right? Like you can say a program or a jersey or a person, whatever you want to do.
Deal.
University of Iowa.
Betting. Is that what we're going for?
Sure.
Middle of nowhere. Or the wave. Actually, the wave. We'll do the wave.
Okay, there we go. I went wrestling. So,
Okay.
all right. University of Minnesota.
Sophia.
Land of the knobs.
Women's soccer is where I was going because we'll be there this Friday, rooting them on in Ann Arbor, unfortunately against Michigan. That's all right. Hopefully we see something cool. Okay. Dayton, Ohio. University of Dayton.
Steph
My
Curry.
friend Dayton.
Steph didn't go to Dayton. Sam says friend Dayton.
Oh, then the first four in.
There we go. And I'd go crazy party school. Vanderbilt.
The girl kicker.
Baseball.
Baseball, girl kicker. I go baseball too. Johns Hopkins.
Medicine.
Yeah, medical.
I was going lacrosse, but I like that. Baylor.
RG3.
That's where Fixer Uppers filmed.
Nice. I like that. I don't know what I was even going to put here. I think I was going track and field because I think they had some super fast people. All right, last one. Two to go actually. Kentucky.
Horses, bluegrass.
Max.
John Calipari.
Nice. I went Grace Ferricks.
Oh, nice.
Swimming.
All right, last one. LSU.
Paul Skeens.
The dope helmet with like the eye on the side.
Nice. I went Livy Dunn. All right. Good stuff. All right. So those are some quick rapid fire. I mean, college sports are sweet. I think it's fun to root for your favorite college teams. With that, let's do a quick shout out and a quote. Let's get out of here, boys. Shout out to Modelo. Looking for a crisp lager that's moderate on calories and masterful on flavor? Look no further than Modelo Especial. Modelo Especial is more than just a Mexican summer sipper. It's the official beer of the Saturday morning soccer parents and Thursday night. It's almost the weekend celebratories. Stop into your local Meijer or like-minded grocery store to grab yourself some Modelo Especial, a cerveza straight to the cabeza. All right, boys. That's all for episode 52 of Legally Teaching Engineers Sports, the best college brand in all the land. Our quote comes from Vince Lombardi. A school without football, sports, is in danger of deteriorating into a medieval study hall. Nobody wants that shit. All right, guys. Great episode. What's our POV, Sam?
POVs, PBO. And real quick, thank you to all our subscribers. Been a year. One more year. Keep it going.
Love that. Thanks for the plug. Yes. Thank you to all our GHLs, Great Heroic listeners. Keep subscribing. Keep liking. Keep rolling with us. We're going to do more fun things. That's all for Legally Teaching Engineer Sports.